I'd like to start off by saying I'm not really a concert person. I can see why other people enjoy going, but I may be too socially awkward to go. I don't want to be next to someone I don't know, clinging to my purse all night, or buying overpriced food. If people encourage me to dance, I just freeze because I don't really know how to dance. Whenever someone or a band comes to town to perform, I've never felt the need or urgency to go. I've only ever been to 2 concerts in my life, Selena Gomez back when I was 10 years old with my dad, and the one I went to last night. Back in September 2024, I heard Weird Al was coming to town, and I thought, maybe I'll go to the concert. If anything, I'll be on the grass in the very back of the venue. Then I saw what the VIP pass included. I could meet Weird Al. And just like that, I was begging Dad to pay for the VIP pass as a late birthday present. He thought the idea of meeting him was cool, so we secured a pass. Cam and I started looking at tickets. Lawn tickets were the cheapest, and we were going to buy those, but I was curious and I checked out the tickets towards the $200. I like Weird Al, but I'm not gonna pay $200. Wait, these seats over here are $120. You know what? I never go to concerts. Might as well. And just like that, we got the tickets. Fast forward to the day of the concert. I'm excited. Also, one of my hobbies is making Furbies with limbs. I call them freaks. I had the idea to make Weird Al a freak, and I did. Here he is. I like how he turned out. He's a cool little guy. I even gave him a little accordion. We drive 45 minutes to the venue, park far away because it's free, and head over. I signed in at the VIP booth and I got my pass and sticker. Cam didn't get the VIP pass, so he would have had to go through the general entrance, but the people working there were nice and said he can go in with me. We had to set our stuff down on a table and walk through a metal detector. As the guy was looking inside my donut purse, a preteen came up to me and said, "OMG, I love your FNAF shirt! Shadow Bonnie, yeah!" For context, I was wearing this tank top underneath my Hawaiian shirt. I wasn't expecting that interaction because I was in the middle of getting my donut inspected, so I awkwardly said thank you and zipped up my purse. They walked away and I never saw them again. We enter and we end up in an area where people can buy food and drinks. We get in line to be seated and I end up buying us water. The girl serving us was super nice, so I ended up giving her a little plastic baby. We go to our seats and we wait about an hour for the show to start. I was mostly saying stuff like, "Do you see how sweaty I am? Weird Al cannot see me like this." While we were over here, little did I know my buddy Nick was all the way in the back over here. Sup, Nick? At some point, I get up to buy pretzels and cheese for us to snack on, which, by the way, the pretzels were $8 each and the cheese were $3 per cup. That's crazy. Pretzels should not be that much.
Or buying overpriced food.
Also, I got lucky and sat in an end seat, so I didn't have to sit next to a stranger, but a couple sat in front of us. The guy was a bit too big to sit in the seat he got, so he ended up moving to the seat in front of me. He was tall too, so I ended up watching the show leaning slightly to the left. And as we were waiting for the show to start, we noticed that there were little flies swarming above his head. It was kind of funny. Anyway, the opening act starts and it's Puddle's Pity Party. I don't really watch America's Got Talent. I'll watch clips every few years, but I didn't see him perform before the concert, and I didn't research him beforehand because I was so focused on Weird Al and making him the freak. He starts singing, and I'm in awe. He had a cam that was projecting onto the 3 screens in the venue, and I got to see everyone in the audience. He brought 2 people onto stage. The first girl was strumming a fake guitar, and he dressed the second guy up as a tequila bottle and sang in Spanish. By the end of his performance, I turned to Cam and I said, "I need that clown." By the way, I looked him up during the concert. He's 60 years old and 6'8". Imagine him running at you while he's singing. I would love for that to happen to me. Then it happened. The introduction video started playing and everyone was looking around. He started singing Tacky as he was walking to the stage. Once in view, people erupted into screams and cheers. He would perform a few songs. He and his crew would run off stage and the screens would play clips of fake interviews, clips from TV shows, any Weird Al clip. It was like watching a compilation video with hundreds of people. They'd come back on stage in different costumes. It was really fun. At one point, Puddle's Pity Party came on stage and they sang Happy together. It ended with a kiss. When the show was officially over, Cam and I separated, and I had to sit with everyone else who had gotten the VIP pass. I sat at the end of a row, that way I didn't have to awkwardly pass people sitting. This lady ended up sitting right next to me, despite there being a lot of empty seats in the row. And her boyfriend was standing to my right. He didn't want to sit anymore, so they were having conversations as I was sitting in between them. She complimented my donut purse, so the interaction wasn't terrible. After some time, we formed a line and we went behind stage. Also, side note, I usually go to bed early, and around this time it's like 11:20, so I'm starting to get tired. The way the meet and greet worked, we were going to take a picture with Weird Al, but if you wanted an autograph, then you would have to circle around to the back of the line. When it was my turn to take a photo, I was nervous and I poked with the little freak and Weird Al. I mentioned I made it for him, and a worker said I'd have to wait for autographs to give it to him. While I was waiting in line again, I was worried if I had messed up. Like, what if I made him mad by disrupting the photo flow? What if he doesn't accept it? As I was waiting, I heard the couple in front of me talking. The boyfriend was complaining that Weird Al wasn't smiling in between the photos. Okay, imagine that were your job. You perform for 2 hours straight, you give it your all, you put on a great performance, and then afterwards, you're expected to constantly be smiling for like another hour and a half to 2 hours maybe. Has this guy tried smiling for 4 hours straight? I don't think so. It hurts. Smiling hurts. You tried doing it. Also, as we were waiting, they had a functional R2-D2 roaming around so people can take pictures with it. It was really cool. I get to the table where Mr. Al is sitting, and again, I'm nervous. He looks at me, and I'm shyly smiling, and he signs the poster. I offer the freak again, and he accepts it. I take my poster, and as I'm walking away, I say, "I hope you like it," and he says he does. He hands it to the person next to him so it's not in the way as he's signing posters. I left with my Weird Al blanket and an autographed poster. Weird Al now owns something I made, and I've been riding that high ever since. I hope he and the little freak are having fun little adventures together. But oh my god, I was exhausted by the end of it. I ended up getting home around 1:45, then Yuki yelled at me from 6:30 to 7:30 to wake me up like the little alarm clock that he is. The day after the concert, I texted my Uncle Mike a picture of the freak I made for Weird Al. He really enjoys the freaks I make. And he said his one coworker saw Weird Al with the Furby, so it's nice to know that Weird Al didn't immediately throw it out upon receiving it.